Hello all and welcome to the Duplicate Success International Monday night webinar. Today is Monday, April 27th, 2015. My name is Randy Krebs, Gold Director from Salt Lake City, Utah. I have the distinct honor of introducing the host of tonight's webinar. He is a very well-respected business leader and mentor in this industry. You'll definitely want to have your pen and paper out, sitting up and paying attention and taking notes as you learn how this industry expert continues to build his business successfully. He has achieved the rank of Executive Ruby Director within our company. He is the co-founder of Duplicate Success International. He is an amazing leader, mentor, and most importantly, I'm very proud to call him my son. Jared, are you on the line?
I am on the line. Thank you so much, Dad. Thank you for the great introduction.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, welcome everybody to the webinar. I'm excited to talk to you all tonight and share with you everything that we learned at the Las Vegas National event. And for those of you who don't know me, I've been with USANA for over 10 years, and I'm pictured here with my wife, Crystal, and our dog, Tasia. And it's been a huge blessing to our lives, both financially and with our health. And before we get right into the recognition, because we do have a lot of recognition this week, I want to just remind you of our team DMO, our daily method of operation. And anybody can do a USANA business. I have women that have 3-4 kids that are full-time. They build their USANA business. They do these 3 things. I have people who work in corporate America. I have people in the military. They all do these 3 little things every single day to be successful. If you can do these 3 things, you can be successful at USANA. Number 1 is to use your products every day, AM and PM, to be a product of the product. Number 2, read, watch, or listen to 15 minutes of personal development material daily. If you can do that you can be successful. And number 3 is to add 2 brand new people per day to your contact list and text them an invite. And so that's it, those 3 things. Can you add 2 people to your list every day? Can you text them an invite? Can you do 15 minutes of personal development material? Absolutely you can. And using the products, that's the easiest thing. And that is what has gotten me to where I am today, and also where all our successful associates. This is how they create those results, doing the DMO, daily method of operation. Now, sometimes people ask me, Jared, well, what do you say when you text somebody an invite? So here's an example. When I text someone, this might be something I would say to a friend. Hey, I just started a new business. I want you to take a look at it. Would you be open to watching a 10-minute YouTube video about it? So that would be one. Or you could say, hey, when I thought of quality people I'd enjoy working with, I thought of you. Would you be open to hearing what I'm doing? All of this is in our team fast track manual. There's several examples, but mainly just getting out there. Just doing something, that's really what gets the job done. And after somebody responds, we have a whole outline that you can follow on page 3 of the Fast Track Manual that can lead your new prospect or your friend to watch a video and then meet you for a mixer or maybe a newspaper presentation. So it's that simple. Those 3 things every single day is what's going to help the most people and also help you create a great USANA business and great pay. All right, so let's get right into our team recognition. We have a lot of it. And first, we're going to start by recognizing the newest clients that started with our team this past week. Steve Narrow from San Antonio, new client sponsored by myself and Crystal. Steve is a dear friend of mine from FedEx office. And he contacted me and wanted to buy a bunch of shakes. So he actually did like a $200 order of product. And he also wants to start his USANA business again. So we'll probably be starting with him again very soon. Steve has been an associate before that has felt the difference now that he's off the product. So welcome back, Steve. Also, a big welcome to Heather Quigley from San Antonio, Texas, new client sponsored by Carmen Gutierrez. And welcome to Jamie and Walter Garibay from Midland, Texas, new client sponsored by Erica Nicole Carrasco. Beautiful picture there in the mountains. Also, welcome to Jose Cepeda from San Antonio, Texas, new client introduced by Khalid Medina and Barbara Medina. Welcome, Jose. Also, big welcome to Tiffany Fordham from Las Vegas, Nevada, new client introduced by Betty Meyer. Great picture. Also, welcome to Ina Beverly, Las Vegas, Nevada, new client introduced by Becky Armstrong. Great job, Becky. And welcome to Tia Marcia Sanchez from Taos, New Mexico, new client introduced by Randy and Viola Krebs. Tia Marcia is actually my mom's aunt, and I guess she's my aunt as well. And she was in Las Vegas when they hosted this event, and Tia Marcia became a client. It's so exciting. She's going to be on the Vision X, and Great job, Mom and Dad. That's a big win to have Tia Marcia become a client. And big recognition, special recognition to Victoria Horman for being the number 36 top associate sponsor in the United States last week. It's very prestigious to be on that list. That's the elite of USANA. So congratulations, Victoria. Also, big recognition to Annabelle Trevino, number 7 top preferred customer enroller in the United States last week. That's another just big deal. And you're doing a fantastic job, Annabelle and Victoria. Thanks for being such a great example to our team. Now, before we get into the training topic and we start getting feedback from all of our team members that were in Las Vegas, I just want to remind you that when you enroll a new client, you always want to bring them to the USANA Facebook page. It's called USANA Clients Page, and you are a member of this group if you're watching this webinar, because this is our team client page. And what you do is you always add them right there. I put the box around where you would add your friend. You type in their name, and it pops up. You add them to the group, and then you make a post, and you want to edify your new client. You want to say, tell a little bit about that client and make them feel special, because that's what's going to create the community. And at the end of the day, that's why your clients stay with you, is because of the community that you create. Also, when you enroll a brand new associate, you want to add them to the business page, which is this page here, Team DSI, Duplicate Success International. And you also add them the same way right here, and then you make a post, put their picture. And when you enroll a brand new associate, you also want to add them to one other group. It's called Hybrid Solutions. This is an associate page. This is associates only. And you add them the same way. You make a post. And the benefit of Hybrid Solutions is it's over 5,000 USANA associates from all over the world now. And it is definitely the best way to get a story. So if you need a product success story, you go here. I have a friend that actually has allergies. And if I need a story on allergies, I type in allergies right there in the search box, and I can find a story on allergies. Now, USANA is not a cure, so you can't tell them that it's going to cure their allergies, but you can share a story of somebody who has who's taken the product, who has allergies. And that's the main thing that gets somebody to become a client. It's not about all the product details. It's more about the results of other USANA clients. So I always go here. I like to have 2 or 3 stories for every person that has an issue that I'm trying to teach them about when they become a USANA client. So always go to Hybrid Solutions when you need a story. Okay, so now it's time to get into the Las Vegas National event, and this is actually we're still in Las Vegas. We're actually doing this webinar from the Rio, which is a hotel right off of the Strip in beautiful Las Vegas, and it's actually still daylight here, 6 o'clock. It's beautiful outside, but we learned so much at the Las Vegas National event. Honestly, it was more than I expected. It was so good for me to be here, so good for our team to be here. And you see the quote here, network marketing is not perfect, it's just better. And, Eric Worre really it was like an atomic bomb went off when he went into that stage. All the USANA leaders were there. And I want to get right into sharing with you guys some of the things that we learned. So first of all, let's just show you some pictures because it was a blast. This is the night before the High Performance Summit. There was a big bowling activity for all the golds and above, gold directors and above. So when you become a gold and above, you can go to the High Performance Summit, which is basically where they do some advanced training for the leaders. So I want to just encourage you to get to the gold level and above because it was just amazing. It was so much fun. It was an all expense paid time at the Red Rock Lanes. They had an open bar. They had all this food for us. It was like cosmic bowling, and you're just hanging out with like all these top leaders with the USANA company. So it was just a blast. And so that was how our night or our event began. And then during the High Performance Summit, when they were actually doing the trainings, we heard from several top USANA corporate executives, and the main one was the president of USANA, Kevin Guest, who did a phenomenal job showing us where our company is heading. And I can tell you right now, you are in very good hands with your USANA business. Our corporate staff is taking such good care of us. And oh my gosh, there's some things happening at convention this August that I can't tell you right now, but you definitely want to be there. Oh my goodness, it's going to be very good. So here are some of our pictures, and this is in the middle here, Darrell and Sherry Tuttle, who are some of our very best top team members. They're directors from Layton, Utah. That's right, Layton, Utah now. This is pictured with me and my wife and also my parents, and it was great to have you there at the High Performance Summit. The High Performance Summit is actually open to directors and above, so that definitely is a goal for y'all to go to, is director and above. And after we learned from the corporate staff, we actually got to hear from Eric Worre himself. Okay, this probably cost our company a lot of money because Eric Worre is a premier trainer in network marketing, and USANA actually got him to speak for like, I think it was, probably like 8 hours, like the whole day, all morning and all afternoon. We got to get trained from Eric Worre, and it was tremendous. I was taking so many notes. I learned so many things. We're going to share with you some of those things. But we learned from Mr. GoPro himself, and it was USANA specific training. It was so special. We also had roundtables. This is a picture of Jay Lehman, who's an Emerald director. And it was great because they had roundtable breakout sessions where you could learn from the top performers in the field. Also pictured here is Betty Meyer and Becky Armstrong. These are our rock stars from Betty Meyer's from Sandy, Utah, and Becky Armstrong's from Raleigh, North Carolina. And with pictured there with my mom, and they had an amazing time at the High Performance Summit, learning so much from Eric Worre. And then also, this is a picture with Jeremy Stansfield, 9-star Diamond Director, $10 million earner with USANA. He was one of the trainers on the Saturday event, and it was just so great to spend some time with Jeremy. And we're also actually all in Jeremy's organization. So if you ever get a chance to meet Jeremy, especially at International Convention, make sure you do and get a picture with him because he's such a great person, and he really cares about his team. And here was the gala. So after we had the training for the High Performance Summit, we had the award ceremony gala. And the three lovely ladies in the middle are Victoria Horman, Annabelle Trevino, and Crystal Rose Martinez, who drove from San Antonio straight, pretty much a 20-hour trip, to be here for the gala. They look amazing. They look fabulous. And we had so much fun at this gala. It was an award ceremony. Everyone's dressed to the nines. And we got all kinds of training and recognition. Actually, there was a full 3-course meal that was included in the gala. And here's some pictures of our team that were at the event. There's Betty Meyer. There is Becky Armstrong and her boyfriend, Christian Glad, who also came from Utah. And Crystal and I got recognized as executive Ruby directors, and this was a big deal for us because we had not been recognized by corporate for about 4 or 5 years, and it's just so nice to get to that next level with our business, and it meant so much to us. So it was really nice to be on stage, and we appreciate all of your help because we couldn't have gotten there without our team. And this is a picture with Jay Lehman. So after the gala, we were visiting, we're hanging out with all the top leaders. It was just such a blast. And special thanks to my dad, Randy Krebs, pictured in the middle, because he put this slideshow together, and it's painting such a great picture of what this really was for us. There was also visiting and networking with top $1 Million Club members. This is Brian Douglas and Raylan Rushton from Utah, and they're great friends of my mom and dad's, and actually mine as well. They've been with USANA several years. And then there's some more pictures of the award ceremony. Crystal made me buy a new shirt and tie, and I'm glad she did. Okay, so now we're going to get into some of the feedback, and our first person that we're going to have share is actually who actually attended this as a guest. Her name is Crystal Rose Martinez, and now she's going to become a new associate this week with Victoria Horman. And so we wanted to hear from Crystal because she has a unique perspective as a guest who attended this event. And this is an example to all of you listening. When you go to a major convention, do what you can to bring a guest, because this is the best way to expose somebody to USANA, is to bring them to an event, and it's a fun thing to travel to. So I'm going to unmute you right now, and then Crystal, you have to unmute yourself. Okay, are you there?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine. So Crystal, tell us, what was the highlight for you as a guest, somebody who really didn't know the whole USANA picture? What did this event do for you?
Well, my favorite part was the Ask the Leaders part, because you get to ask them whatever questions you have, and they pretty much answer, whatever question you have. But my favorite part was one of the leaders mentioned that about the social media, and that it's really important for marketing and stuff like that. Another thing that I also really enjoyed was a whole breakdown of all of the vitamins and minerals, so that you're able to become a little bit more educated on which product you could personally use, or which product somebody else, like a family member, might have diabetes. And as the more and more that you become educated in certain, specific vitamins and minerals, you're able to share that same knowledge with your family members, your friends, and it's really great to learn as much as you can about everything.
Wow. So you're saying that the product breakdown really helped you as a client,
Right,
and also that the just learning from the other leaders on how they build and how they use social media, because I know you're big into social media.
right.
And tell everybody on the webinar what made you decide that to become an associate. Like, I know you're a busy person, you have your own business. What was the main influencing factor there?
The main thing was for me was that I started off as a client and strictly a client, and then as I started taking the products and using it every day and seeing like a better me almost with these products, and then now attending the convention and seeing how big everybody is as far as like a group, and you have a lot of support. I mean, that's awesome. I love everything about USANA, and I love it. I truly love the whole organization, and mostly the support that you have.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sharing, Crystal. It's really nice to get a fresh perspective from somebody, and definitely really inspires our team to see what's possible when a guest goes to an event, and how the guest perceives that event. So welcome to the USANA family. We're excited to be working with you now.
Thank you.
All right, so now I want to go to Victoria Horman, who is actually Crystal's sponsor in USANA and her friend. And Victoria, now you're unmuted. Can you hear me?
I can.
All right, so Victoria, tell the team, first of all, what was the highlight for you, or main maybe couple highlights, and then also, how did you get to bring a guest with you to a major destination event? Because that seems kind of like a hard thing to do. Was it hard? Was it easy? Kind of tell the team, share with the team some of your success.
Well, let me start off first with my favorite part. My favorite part was um, just getting, I've already been to convention, and that was really eye-opening for me. But to see the kind of USANA brand that actually turns into a family. People are so supportive, like Crystal was saying, and it's really hard to find that anywhere, and sometimes even in your own personal family. So to see that in an organization where everybody's trying to help everybody reach their goals, especially like you, we couldn't have made it to Vegas without your help and generosity of, giving us some of the revs so we could be awake, because it was a really long drive. And as far as getting Crystal there, she's just a really bright, brilliant person, and she could see that the excitement, and that it could be a really good experience for her to see more and basically do research, and now she's decided that she does want to have a business with it. And I think it was basically when you start talking to people, they become, like family. You get really good relationships with them, and I think that's the major thing. We've bonded really well, and it's all because of USANA. I don't think I would have met her if I wouldn't have tried to, prospect her and form her using our techniques that we use. In any other scenario, I don't think we would have ever crossed paths.
Wow. So you're saying that all the training that you've done with Danny Johnson, with our Team DSI webinars, and just by attending all these things gave you the skill sets to become Crystal's friend and now business partner.
Exactly. Yeah, and I feel like it's all about relationships and the ones that you build with people, because it's not like, I just wanted Crystal to become an associate or anything like that. We're helping each other. We're creating a team, but not just with USANA, with a lot of other things. And they're skills that that can be used in all aspects of life. You know, it was really eye-opening to see that with that training, you know, you meet some amazing people.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Victoria, for sharing, and thank you for being such a warrior. Those not everyone knows this, but you drove 22 hours straight both ways, correct?
Yes, pretty much.
So that's the type of dedication that Victoria has to her USANA business, and it's certainly catching on in her organization, and she's growing, and definitely be expecting to see advancements from Victoria Horman because she's doing an amazing job. Thank you, Victoria.
Thanks, Jared.
All right, Annabelle Trevino, this was your first USANA destination event, and Annabelle is from San Antonio, Texas, and she's a claims adjuster for, I believe it's a medical company, correct, Annabelle?
Yes, medical management company.
Medical management, that's right. So Annabelle, share with us, what was the highlight for you being in USANA for now about 3 months, and you know you've already advanced your business and had a promotion, but how did this event impact you?
It was so very impactful. The biggest, most rewarding part of it for me was being able to listen to Eric Worre. I know you guys had him for hours and hours on end, and we only had him for a couple of hours, but there was, out of those couple of hours, I think I took like 4 or 5 pages of notes, just different things he would say. I would have to write it down right away because it was so impactful.
Yeah.
There was just so much. There was so much good information that I want to encourage everybody to try to make it to the next one, to the International Convention, because he made it very clear that if you want to move forward, which, like, seriously, this is extra money for me. I've never thought of this as a career for me. This summit was the first time that I've actually thought, oh, wow, you know, maybe I can really do this, and maybe I can eventually leave my job and do this for a living. I had never really thought that before. I know it's been said, and, you know, people make millions of dollars, and you see these people like Darrell Stanfield that made, you know, tens of millions of dollars doing that. He drives around in his Lamborghini and his yacht and his RV and all this stuff, and it's like, really? Like, I can do that just by doing this? And it was just so motivating and inspirational. I'm like all in right now. I'm ready to go.
That is so awesome.
I really want to encourage everybody to try to make it to convention, because it's so worth any money that you're going to spend. You're going to get it back tenfold.
Wow. Well, thank you, Annabelle. Thank you for that feedback. That's really tremendous, and you really painted the picture well of, you know, somebody who's brand new to USANA, not quite sure about the potential, and now to being somebody who has that confidence that makes you unshakable when you're out there in the field. You know, I see you now becoming a field general, hosting these mixers, helping people out there in the field. So great job, and it's exciting to see how far you've come so far.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, next we're going to Darrell and Sherry Tuttle, directors from Layton, Utah. Are you there?
We are, Jared.
All right, we hear you loud and clear.
Can you hear us?
Yes, so Darrell and Sherry, tell us a little bit about yourselves, because I know a lot of the team members that are on this webinar haven't met you yet, or maybe might not know you yet. But could you guys just tell us a little bit about, I guess, how you found USANA, what you were doing before, and what was your highlight from this event?
Well, we found USANA. Obviously, Randy and Sherry knew each other from the corporate world, and that's how they met, and we got introduced. But when we found USANA, Randy and Viola were talking to Sherry, and I'll be honest with all you out there who don't know us, I was the most negative person you will ever find. So if you were prospecting me, you earned your let's just say you got paid well for your work, because it was tough. So if you can ask Randy and Viola sometime about that. But you know what, my wife's always been into health and fitness and teaching fitness. She's taught fitness for 30 years, and so the products fit, and I was not a believer in supplementation, so I had a negative attitude about it. But as usual, my wife's a little smarter than I am, so she convinced me to kind of go along for the ride, so to speak, support her in it, and once I started using the supplements, literally within 10 days, I felt a huge difference. So that's what got us involved. It's been what we're going on 4 years now, and I guess the biggest takeaway from this weekend is Eric Worre for 8 hours was incredible. But if you took that part of it, and then you also took the Saturday event, the overriding theme for us was you can't rely on your upline nor your downline. Take accountability for yourselves. If you want this business to do well, the only person that you can hold responsible whether you do well or not is yourself. And that goes for us too. Being a married couple, I can't hold my wife accountable. I mean, we can work together and talk together and stuff like that, but ultimately it comes down to each person individually. And that was, to me, that was the overriding theme of the weekend. That's what I got. Really strong. And to be honest with everyone, we've been kind of stagnant for a while. We continue to take the products. I mean, there was a comment in there that somebody that's not doing the business that's director is just a preferred customer, and so you can allow yourself to get there, and we've done that. And then on the same token, what it also realized was if you do not attend events, you're missing out. And I say that with, I had told Randy the day before that we weren't going to make convention because it's our 30th wedding anniversary and we have a trip out of town for 20 days and we leave like 2 days after convention. But lo and behold, after everything we listened to and all the points and looking at ourselves and internally what's going on, we signed up for convention on the spot Saturday, so we're good to go. And
awesome.
realizing that that's not an excuse to anybody, and that's what they talked about. You have to be to events. It's just important you be there. And so anybody out there that's not signed up, I challenge you, you need to be there.
Wow. Thank you, Darrell. This is amazing feedback. Sherry, do you have anything to add?
I concur with what Darrell said. We were pretty much, kind of opted out. We had things we had lined up for convention time. We had things we had lined up for the next Eric Worre event that we plan on coming to now. But I guess it's a matter of we all, as humans, let things get in the way if we decide that, it's a lesser priority. But this event helped us reprioritize. And I told Darrell at the event, I'm like, yes, I've always been in love with USANA, so it was just bringing back that passion. Because if you're not at the ongoing events, sometimes we lose sight of that passion that we had in the beginning and that we know, and we believe in USANA and all that. And so if we're not engaged, we can easily get, something else distracting us, and it's very important to just stay engaged.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
hey, Jared, if I can add to that real quick, one other thing that for listeners out there that might be new or expecting their uplines to do something or their downlines, what I have found personally is I've always let little things that maybe I didn't agree with or I didn't agree how they were doing this or how they were doing that to become negatives. And when you allow that to happen, eventually the whole thing will become a negative. So if you worry just about yourself and that what your dreams are and how you want USANA to be, whatever it's going to be for you, whether it just be some income or a career, if you will take everything regardless of what it is as a positive, not every way everybody does something is the way that necessarily is the way it works for me personally, and so, but I can't let that be a negative.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It does.
Take everything out there and make it a positive, and don't let yourself be drugged down into a negative kind of a negative attitude, because negative spurns negative. So the more negative things you think about, the more negative you're going to be, and that is not the way to do the USANA business. Just look at it all as a positive, and that's coming from experience.
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing that, Darrell. We've seen you guys grow. We've seen you guys go through the ups and downs of owning a USANA business. And before we move on from you, I wanted to ask, could you share with us the vision of your business for the next 90 days?
I'll say that our vision is to improve our skills, because Eric Worre definitely hit home when he spoke about how your skills if you're not confident in your skills, and again, we've kind of not been engaged as much, so we've kind of decreased our confidence in our skills. So our next 90 days is definitely on promoting events, but me personally, I need to re-up my skills. So we're engaging in the All-Pro web, the $19.95 a month training that Eric Worre offered, because that's a huge value for $95 a month. So that to us is something I want to be engaged in to ramp up my confidence in my skills, so I can get out there and get going.
Wow, well said. I love that, and especially someone like you, Sherry, where you've had all the skills in corporate America. I mean, you take that same skill set and you put that into network marketing. Oh, you guys are going to be both of you. You're going to be dangerous, more powerful.
Thanks, Jared.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for all your feedback. We really appreciate it. Okay, Betty and Clay Meyer, directors from Draper, Utah. Betty, are you on the phone or on the webinar? Oh, Betty's not on. Well, they were there. Actually, Betty was at the entire thing, and she's one of our best clients and actually best associates and client. But she was there, and she'll have something to say maybe next week. I know that they were kind of iffy on if they'd be on, but they were definitely present at the entire event. And so was Becky Armstrong from Raleigh, North Carolina, who many of you know, and she was there at the entire event. I think currently she's on a Harley headed up I-15 to go back to Utah, so she's with Christian right now. So I just wanted to recognize them as being at the event. And now we're going to hear from Randy and Viola Krebs, Gold Directors from Salt Lake City, Utah. Mom and Dad, what was the highlight for you for this weekend?
Oh, wow. There were so many. Of course, one of my biggest highlights, I love to see, to watch my son walk the stage. So that was a huge highlight, is to have Jared and Crystal walk the stage as executive Ruby directors and top paid Ruby earners and top PC enrollers. They walked the stage three different times. And that was a huge win for our family, because it had been so many years since any of us had walked the stage. Also, the round table. I was really touched by sitting at the table with Tony Dom. So the round tables, you get to meet with the leaders, and I was about 10, 15 minutes with Tony Dom. We were able to ask him questions, and he is a one-star diamond director from Florida. A couple of little tips that I learned from him, and I'll share them with you all, is he said that when he sponsors, let's say a Gen Y person, the first presentation that they do for their Gen Y person is mom and dad. And if he sponsors a baby boomer, the first presentations he does with that person is with their kids, because he believes in cross-pollinating generational teams. So he also believes that any objections from the immediate family need to just get out of the way right away. So that way they're educated and they can harmoniously let this person build their business, which makes a lot of sense. Also, he talked about diversifying your business, rounding out your business, and not to get stuck on one mode of building. So he said, do reset parties, do spa parties, have business gurus that just want to do business. Let them do business if that's what they want to do. Also, you want product gurus that if they want to just do product, let them do that. So he just believes in the whole diversity and not having any limitations on that. He also, a couple of things, I'm just kind of reading on from my notes. He said, if you have someone that stays for up to their third auto order, that they will stick at least as customers if they don't continue as associates. But he said, try to get people to stay on at least 3 auto orders. One way that he put the auto order of 200 point, I asked him, that was my question. I asked him, I said, do you have your new associates get on 100 point auto order or 200 point? He said that the way he says he has everyone get on 200 points, 200 point auto order. He calls it, it's personal sales volume. And he said that does not mean personal use. So you don't have to buy it because you want to use it. You have to just be able to move it. So it also allows you to use products for your own personal use, and you get to be on 200 auto order, but you don't have to. So he gets that into their mindset right away. Another thing was a huge highlight, of course, was Eric Worre, because we had been at the October event in 2014, and Eric Worre, he had a lot of guests on his event, and we heard a little bit from Eric, but at this USANA event, we got a full day with just Eric. And one of the things that I would want to share with everyone is that he said that there's three kinds of people in this world. There's the pessimist, the realist, and the visionaries. And so he challenges people. Realists will figure it out first, then say yes, and then tell the world. That's what a realist does. And so the formula for success is to say yes first, tell the world, plan, do, and review. So he got down to like the nitty gritty. We talked about the rock and the river and different analogies that he used. And Eric Worre is such an excellent storyteller. He, just listening to his stories of his experience, and he went through all of the trials and tribulations that we all do. So it was very inspired. I'm still so inspired right now.
Yeah, that's good. I think a lot of the points Viola's already covered that I was going to touch on. One thing that Eric did also on Saturday was, like anything worth it, it takes time. It takes at least a year of dedicated focus, building your skills, attending trainings to become competent and profitable in your business. 3 years, you can go full time if you want. Definitely takes focus, energy. 5 years, you can become a high earner, 6-figure to 7-figure earner, and then 7 years world class. And one thing that he really said after that was, even if you've been in the business like us for 9 years, this could be the beginning of year 1 or year 3, where if you focus your energy on building your business, learning those skills, you'll eventually, right now could be 3 or 4 years from world class. So that was a very good point. Another quick thing was Ashley Collins talked on the communication edge on the hub. That was one big point that, I've been on the hub now for a few months, and I, like a lot of the crowd, it was deer in the headlight on as far as the communication edge. There are so many powerful things on that. So it's on the hub under team manager, communication edge. Oh, what a lot of golden nuggets that you can use as you build your business.
Thank you, Mom and Dad. Thanks for sharing so many great things that you learned. Those are great notes that y'all took, and the team really appreciates it.
There's so many more.
Right. So now I want to bring my lovely wife, Crystal, on the webinar, and she was there present at every session, doing everything with everyone, including all the parties. And baby, what was the main highlights for you of this event?
Well, it was definitely nice for us to have our team there and your parents there, and getting to walk the stage. Just kind of, I think, in a way, it was like a catalyst for how our business is really going to start to grow exponentially after this. Eric Worre was pretty awesome. There's definitely something happening in USANA. The energy, there's something that's like about to happen, and I'm not saying anything specific, but you can just tell. Everybody there who was there on Saturday is just totally ready to make USANA explode and help a ton of people, which is really awesome because that's ultimately the vision. I really enjoyed getting to talk with Kevin Guest on Thursday. I guess it was Thursday. Mm-hmm. On Thursday, and hear him talk about how much he's proud of the company, and he's just really a great man of integrity, and it's awesome to have such a leader at our forefront of the company. Of course, Eric Worre, that was the big thing this weekend. It's like he just kind of lit a fire under people's butts, and there's a lot of skills that we just have to to really hone into. And
Mm-hmm.
the big one is promoting these events. Like if you just have to be here to be around the energy and to be around all of these people who have the same passion and goals for, growing their business and growing USANA and just being healthier. Just being around that, it just helps you so much. And the events are just, you cannot get that experience just being anywhere else. Convention in August is going to be insane. I am so looking forward to being there with like everybody and all the people that are coming around from all the different countries and stuff, the friends that we've made, and it's going to be a crazy, crazy, crazy awesome time at convention. And I can't wait because it's already, I don't, it was a good thing, this convention kind of basically prepares you for, I don't know.
The big show.
The big show.
That's right. And I just want to echo everything that Crystal said and just add that, on the reflection of the growth of our business, I think the reason why we became executive is because we were very good at helping our associates get started right, which is skill number 6. We've really focused there a lot. And skill number 7 is promoting events, which I know that I have to improve in that area to go ahead and get to the Emerald Director status and beyond. And not only that, but to empower our team members to also advance their business and create brand new Achiever status associates and eventually Gold Director associates. And that's all of you. That's you listening to this webinar. And we're very focused on that. We're very focused on what we can do to support that process for you to become Achiever, Director, and Gold and above, and for you to walk the stage, for you to get that recognition. So that's really where we're focused, and we know that revolves around attending these big events. And so look for that type of activity. And then also for me is to getting back to the basics. And now let's talk about that, because Eric Worre gave us some specific things to do. He gave us some instructions that's going to help you take your business to the next level. And so first thing is, network marketing is not perfect, but it's better. So that's one of the things, obviously, that, hey, you know what? This is a better business to have than a traditional business, but it's not perfect. So nothing in life is perfect, but definitely this is a better way. And to be a network marketing professional, you have to learn the 7 skills, which the 7 skills are covered in the GoPro book. And if I reflect on my own business, I'm very good at the first 5. Now the last 2 are the ones that I'm focused on. The U.S. Latin market is expanding, and that is the other thing that I wanted everybody to know. USANA is very focused on that. And be the rock. River versus rock. Don't be the river. And the 100 text challenge. So we're going to get into that, and the Achiever project. We're going to get into those. So the U.S. Latin market, that's USANA's newest growth focus. 54 million Latinos in the United States, representing 13% of the population. More specific training for Latino leaders. New sales tools specific for this market. The U.S. Latin market launches that's planned in the U.S. are going to happen June 6th and June 13th. One's in San Diego and one's in El Paso, Texas. There's also going to be some different ones in San Antonio. So and actually several different states. So make sure to watch the hub for the events, for the Latin market events that are happening. I know there's several going on. There's even one in Austin, Texas, I know, in May. And here's the first 2, though, is one in San Diego, one's in El Paso. The exact location and dates for the other markets will be coming soon on the hub. Now, Eric Worre gave us 3 main things to focus on as we go into the next 90 days, and this is going to be building up to convention. And it's the first thing is called the 100 text challenge. And I can tell you right now, after learning this, I've already, between me and Crystal together, we've already sent out 30 texts, and we already are so busy with the appointments that we have from those 30 texts. But we are going to have 100 texts sent out before we get back to San Antonio. And the thing is, in network marketing, a lot of times people say, I want to have my own business so that I can be my own boss. I'm sick of having a boss. Well, in network marketing, we do have a boss, and your calendar is your boss. And here's your calendar is your boss. So if you open up your calendar and you don't have appointments every day or every week, then you're not in business. And so what Eric Worre says to do is, at the beginning of every month, send out 100 texts in the first week of every month. Well, we're about to start May, right? This Thursday is May 1st, so we decided to start this week to launch May by sending out 100 texts. Now, this could be to people you've presented to in the past. This could be to people that you haven't called yet. But basically, it's just text, like, very simple. Send 100 texts to 100 prospects. Don't even look back. Don't even think about it. And what do you send? Very simple. Hi, would you like to meet for coffee? How's your schedule? Just say something like that. You don't even need to discuss USANA. Just meet with somebody. Meet to talk to them about them. USANA will come up naturally. Then you can maybe present to them later and invite them to your mixer later. But just get in front of some people. We just got finished meeting with one of Crystal's friends in Las Vegas. We didn't try and meet her for anything but coffee, and now she's going to learn about USANA because it came up in conversation. Another one here is, when I thought of quality people I'd enjoy working with, I thought of you. Would you be open to hearing what I'm doing? That's one. Doesn't matter what you say. Just get 100 texts sent out to 100 prospects the first week of every month. And we're going to be having parties that do this as well. Of course, this time for May, we're not going to have a party to send out 100 texts. This is going to be up to you, those of you who want to really take your business to the next level and have an incredible month of May. This is what we're suggesting that you do, and we're going to be leading by example. Crystal and I, our commitment to you is that we're going to send 100 new texts, and we're going to lead by example, and we're doing it. We're already 30 texts through, and also Randy and Viola Krebs are in the middle of sending out their texts. I know a lot of the team members that were here. I know Annabelle Trevino just told me she'd invited 12 people to her Thursday mixer. So that's number one thing, is start your month off with 100 texts. That's just every month. Eric Worre says, get in a rhythm. Just the top of the month. Okay, who's my 100? And that's basically how you build your calendar the entire month. Watch your business soar. Next is the Achiever Project. So I am reaching out to you. You're watching this webinar right now. I want you to know that the USANA Achiever status makes approximately $400 per week. Now that's a weekly income, but the first step is to do that $400 check in 1 week's time, okay? And in order to do that, you have to generate between you and your client base about 2,000 volume points, and that can be broken down by helping 4 people generate 500 volume points. And there's a strategy to do this, and we're ready to focus with you. We're looking for 5 people who want to achieve the Achiever status, and if that's you, are you in or you out? If you are in, text or call me ASAP if you want to be one of the 5 that we focus on. But the first 5 people that text or call myself, and this will include my parents as well, we're going to focus on you to help you build to that $400 check in 1 week. And we're just looking for who wants to do this. If May's not your month, if you're busy, if this isn't for you right now, that's okay too. We don't want you to feel bad about it. But we're looking for the people who want to focus right now, who want to break through to that Achiever status, because once you've hit that status, you really have something. Oh, I'm already getting texts about people who want to do this. Annabelle Trevino, okay, you're number 1 of the 5. Yay! All right, so go ahead and send me the text right now. All right, so guys, that's number 2. Eric Worre says you have to help your team members become achievers, and you have to be very good at helping them become achievers. Okay, so that's the number 2 thing we're going to be focusing on every single month, is who wants to become the next achievers on our team. Next is the importance of international convention. This is the number 3 thing that Eric Worre said for us to focus on. Basically, all roads lead to convention. I'm getting a call from Diana Holderness. Maybe she's ready to go Achiever as well. But importance of international convention. So basically, international convention obviously is very, very important. And let's talk about this, okay? So this is coming up, 2015. This is actually the name of the convention is USANA United, which I totally love that. And so you guys already kind of know now the power of convention, but let me just give you a few more tips about convention. Nothing is more impactful and important to the success of your business than convention. This is what Eric Worre told us, and I could say, being in USANA for 10 years, I completely agree. All of the top earners may build differently, but the one thing they all have in common is convention. And that's definitely, Darrell Tuttle said it best. There's so many different ways to build a USANA business, but the one thing that all the top earners have in common is they attend international convention. And then also, convention takes it to the deepest level. It goes from your head to your heart. Once you've gone to convention, nothing can shake you. No amount of negativity from a prospect can even touch you, because you know what this can really do for you. So let's talk about international convention for a minute, because it is an investment. But I can tell you that every dollar that you spend and every hassle that you go through to get to convention is going to pay you back tenfold. And so first thing I want you guys to know is that the $279 price has been now extended through July 17th. So we were told that it was going to expire last Friday at the $279 price, but you're in luck. Now it's $279 through July 17th. So if you don't have your convention pass yet, you can still take advantage of this deeply discounted rate. Now after July 17th, the price goes up to $379. Okay, so if you're going to go to convention, you need to make the decision before July 17th. And actually, you need to make it as soon as possible, because not only are you going to convention, but you want to bring 5 to 10 people with you. And that is completely possible. I want you to know that. And that's what we're going to be focusing on. Now, if you have a voucher, then your convention ticket goes down to $140. In other words, when you enrolled in USANA, if you started with a 250 to 400 point initial order, if you did that, then you got a voucher with your enrollment package, which makes your convention ticket right now cost $140. Now, if you started your business with a 500 point initial order, then you got 2 vouchers, which makes your convention ticket free. That's right, free. So that's obviously the best way to go to convention. And the other thing you need to know is when you're enrolling people right now, especially, you need to encourage them to start with a 500 point initial order so that they get the 2 vouchers, because that gives them a free convention pass, which is really the most important thing that they can do for their business. Okay, so after you get your convention pass done, that's like the main priority. The next thing is your hotel. Now, at convention, you got to remember, there's over 10,000 people that go to the convention, and they take over Salt Lake City, and all the hotels get booked. So, as your leader and working with you on this, I knew this in advance. So I went and booked 6 rooms at the Hilton City Center. Now, this is the best hotel to stay at because everything is walking distance. You're right across the street from the convention center, and you're a block away from the Energy Solutions Arena. So this is the best hotel to stay at. Now, normally for you to stay at the Hilton downtown during convention, it's like $269 a night. Okay, so however, the good news is we got the USANA room block, we got the USANA room rate, and we have 6 rooms with 2 queen beds reserved. It's $185 per night for the 5 nights, tax included. Okay, so if 4 people share a room, it's going to be $231 per person, tax included, for you to stay at the hotel. So contact me to get a room for your team. If you want to get this room, the neat thing is you just put your credit card on file. They do not charge you. So I got 6 rooms reserved with my credit card, but I have not been charged. And if you want to take over one of these rooms, then you call me and you can go ahead and put your card on file instead of mine, and then you will have that room at the Hilton. This is the best place to stay when you're going to convention. And if you try to get a room next month, they're going to be gone. So please get your rooms taken care of. Think of it in advance, and think about your team. You know, the best leaders think about their team, and they get a room, and then they plan on filling their team in that room. All right, so that's basically the main 3 things that we're going to be focusing on for the next quarter of time. We're basically going to be working on the 100 text challenge this week, the achiever status, which we're going to be focusing on the ones that contact us, and then international convention. That is all roads lead to convention. And don't just plan on you going to convention. Plan on you bringing 5 to 10 people with you to convention. That's when you're really going to make a difference in your business. That's nothing more important than the next 90 days of this year, because it's leading up to convention. So upcoming events, let's talk about what's going on in our local markets. In San Antonio, Wednesday, April 29th from 7 to 8 p.m., Vicky Losada is hosting a mixer in Stone Oak, and you can text RSVP for the address to Vicky, and she holds an amazing mixer along with Carmen Gutierrez. I know their mixer last week was very successful, along with the help of Jesus Reyna and several other associates. Barbara and Khalid Medina were also there. And then also Thursday in San Antonio, Annabelle Trevino is going to be hosting a mixer at her home, and that's the phone number right there. Her address, you can RSVP her, and that's going to be a great mixer. Annabelle's got a lot of momentum. She's got the reputation for hosting the most mixers in our San Antonio market. And also Annabelle's going to be hosting one at the home of Roseanne Carrillo on Saturday at noon. Okay, so in the San Antonio market, you got Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And all the flyers are at our Team DSI Facebook page. Now, for the Salt Lake City market, there's the May 9th Doctors Are In tour. Okay, so this is really just in about 2 weeks. The Doctors Are In tour, this is in 2 Saturdays. And honestly, this is going to be the best thing you can do if you're in the Salt Lake market. I'd be calling all of my clients, all of my associates, getting them to this event, doing the guest list, and guess what? There's going to be a barbecue afterwards. What, with free food, right? Or what's it, $5? Oh, it's bring your own food.
And volleyball.
Okay, so there's going to be volleyball, bring your own food. How fun is that? You're going to have a training and a social. May 9th, Saturday, if you're in the Salt Lake City area, please contact my mom and dad to RSVP, and make sure you bring guests. Oh my gosh, this could be such a great event. Hear from Dr. Mark Brown, one of the directors of product development. He's a PhD for USANA Health Sciences. And then if you're in the San Antonio area, May 30th, which is at the end of May, Dr. Ladd McNamara himself is going to be here in San Antonio. It's going to be amazing. It's only $10 per person, $20 at the door, so you can get your tickets in advance. It's going to be an amazing event. I'm definitely focused my entire business on that event in the month of May. And then at the end of the year, we're all going to go to the GoPro Recruiting Mastery, October 14th through the 17th at the Mirage Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. We're going to be back here at the Mirage. We're going to be learning from Mr. GoPro himself for 4 days, and it's going to be amazing. This event is a non-USANA event. This is just about building a network marketing business, but I cannot tell you how special it is because the only people they allow on stage are people who are making over $1 million per year. So if you want to hear from the best of the best, legends in our industry and where they came from, make this a part of your year and make plans to be there. I only have 17 tickets left now of the tickets I bought. The tickets are sold out. You cannot buy the tickets on the website. You literally need to contact me if you want to get tickets to this event. It's only $200, which is super cheap for that event. And lastly, I just want to encourage you to be prepared. Be prepared. This is the picture of the trunk of my car. Actually, this is not the trunk of my car, but I keep these bins in the trunk of my car. And you see, I have extra GoPro books. I have Dr. Ladd McNamara CDs. I have Eric Worre CDs. I am always ready for that next prospect. And I can't tell you how many times I've needed this and I've had it, and it's made a huge difference in my business. So I want to encourage you to go pro. Be prepared. Treat this like a serious business. And just again to remind you, DMO. These are the 3 things every day. Very simple. Use your products. Read, watch, or listen to 15 minutes for personal development each day, and add 2 brand new people to your contact list. Send them a text invite, and that's what's going to make you successful, is that little bit at a time, and then spike it every month with 100 texts. Have fun, attend the events, and we're going to be focusing on those of you who want to go achiever. I've already gotten several texts. I think I've gotten over 5 now, so we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do about that. But definitely, it's a good problem to have. And there's the text again that we send out. We've already gone over that. So lastly, we're going to end with questions or comments. And we have several people on the line, and I just want to hear from a few of the people that we haven't heard from yet. And I'm going to go ahead and start with Jesus Reyna. Jesus, I just unmuted you. You have to unmute yourself. What was the highlight for you on the webinar tonight?
Can you hear me, Jared?
Yep, we hear you great.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Cool. Well, I liked everything you guys are talking about, and every single one of y'all brought something new to the table. Most importantly, I liked that little page you just set up about also what your dad talked about, the hub, about those other tools.
Yes.
That either weren't there or he found that I didn't even know about myself. So when this is over, I'm going to get on to that and then check them out and see what it is he was talking about, because I try my best to kind of go through that page when I'm on the hub to try to look at everything, but a lot of times it's like reading Chinese. I don't really fully understand what it is I'm looking at. So I'm wondering if I saw it and didn't know what I was looking at that he was talking about.
Okay, for sure. Well, we'll definitely make sure that we clarify all that for you so you can take advantage of those tools.
Yeah, but no, everything was good. I mean, everybody brought something new, a few tips about worry, and I'm looking forward to how everybody's going to implement it and see how it's going to work.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jesus. Looking forward to seeing you when we get back.
You bet.
All right.
Have a safe trip.
Thank you. Megan Martinez in Pleasanton, Texas. Are you there?
I'm here, Jared. I knew you were going to call on me.
What was the highlight for you, Megan?
Well, I'd have to agree. I would have to agree with Jesus. Just the fact that the hub is there for your all your training tools, and like even sometimes myself, like I'm not really sure what I'm looking for, as far as like information and things like that. But the hub is there for training purposes and any kind of information that that you could ever need. So sometimes like I do go on there and I just kind of play around with it just to see what's there, and each time I discover something new about it. So yeah, that was mainly a highlight for me also.
Awesome. Well, looking forward to seeing you when we get back.
I know y'all been gone too long.
I know, for real. All right, thank you, Megan.
You're welcome.
All right, let's go to Diana Holderness in Payson, Utah.
Hi.
Diana, yes. What was the highlight for you?
Hi, Karen and I are both sitting here.
Oh, Karen, yes. Hello. What was the highlight for both of you?
For me, it was the Achiever, or for us, for Karen and I, it's the Achiever project. We're excited to get to, earn that 400 every week. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Week.
You want to?
Yeah.
Our goal is to accomplish it one time for you in the month of May, and then help you solidify it over the next 90 days.
That sounds awesome. Awesome.
It is awesome.
And just listening to everybody's comments about the things they've learned. It's just it's inspiring, and it's good to hear.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, Diana. And Karen, what was the highlight for you?
Well, Diana's convincing me that we need to go in October to Las Vegas and participate in your training there, the GoPro. So
get ready.
Is good. So if you only have 17 tickets left, I guess we need to tell you we might be getting 2. So we'll let you know soon.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. I guess we're down to 15.
Oh, yep.
All right. It. Thank you, Diana.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go over to Khalid Medina in San Antonio, Texas. Are you there, Khalid?
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, man. I just got on, so I just tried to get a little something.
Yeah. All right. What did you hear? What did you hear when you got on?
I guess got like the end of it, like really like the end of it. So kind of like when you were starting after you finish the presentation, so you're just trying to get people's like I was like, man, just get on. I always learn from somebody, so just got on. Yeah.
Okay, no problem at all. Well, we'll have you watch the recording.
Yeah.
And I know that you were at the event on Wednesday with Becky Armstrong. How was that event?
Yeah. It was great. It was good. I haven't really been to like a mix or anything, so it was like the first time. So I kind of got to see, got a good idea of like how it goes and stuff. So that was it was fun. It was cool. It was chill.
Good. Yeah, I tell you what, we've had amazing closing ratios at those mixers. We've had 100% closing ratios several times, where literally everyone enrolled either as a client or an associate. They work, man.
Cool, awesome.
I know Barbara wants to start doing those, so we'll be getting in touch with you when we get back.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Thanks, Khalid.
Thank you.
Liz Spade in Rockford, Illinois. What was the highlight for you tonight?
Hey, Jared. Yeah, I want to first thank you and Crystal and your parents for the call and everything you guys do. You guys really spend a lot of time and invest a lot into us. So I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And also Victoria is a rock star for driving that far to get to that event. That's awesome. It's good to see that.
Yeah, that's definitely a highlight for me.
But I guess I like the most would be that 100 texts a month thing. Even if it's just like inviting people for coffee, just doing something is just I thought was cool. I mean, that's pretty realistic. 100 texts, at the beginning of the beginning of the month. That's pretty easy,
Yeah, it's the beginning of the month, just 100 texts. It's just what we do every month. Top of the month, 100 texts.
We got this. We could do that.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I got your text about focusing on you for Achievers, so we'll be in touch.
Perfect. Awesome.
All
Well,
right.
looks like you guys had a blast, and I look forward to seeing you at convention.
All right. Thanks, Liz. And I saw you got registered for convention as well, so phenomenal job.
I did. Thank you for that too, by the way.
You're welcome. All right. Crystal Martinez in San Antonio, Texas. You have to unmute yourself. There we go. What was the highlight for you tonight, Crystal, on your first webinar?
The highlight for me was just, getting everybody's views, and even if, like how your mom mentioned the GoPro and everything that Eric Worre mentioned, like as far as the stuff that we were not able to attend, she still was, we were still able to hear about the stuff that you guys were able to know. So that's really interesting, and I like that I'm able to, to learn about a little bit about that.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll be applying all of that as we get you started, and we're excited to help other people improve their health. Thank you, Crystal.
Thank you.
All right, going over to Darrell Tuttle. Darrell and Sherry Tuttle. What was the highlight for you tonight on the webinar?
Tonight? Just it's been a while since we've been on, so just listening to people, their excitement about USANA, and hopefully what that business can do for themselves. Again, it's the same thing I talked about before. Once we realize it's up to us whether we want the business to work or not, that to me that's a highlight. Once we understand that, then we realize what our roles are even more so.
Hey, Jared, my highlight was you sound so good. You really, I'm sorry, I'm just saying, it's a compliment. You've come a long ways, dude, yourself. Way to go.
Thank you. I received that.
You resemble that?
I said I received that.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely been great to host these webinars and to kind of take control of my business. I know we were just letting the Danny Johnson calls do all the work for us, but like when I decided, kind of like what you said, Darrell, when I decided to be the leader of my own business, even though it's more work to create a webinar like this, I think it's definitely worth it. It's brought our team together as a community. And these weekly webinars, like Annabelle Trevino says, she hears Diana Holderness's voice. She hears Megan Martinez's voice. She hears all these different people. And when Annabelle got to meet all the different people in person, that was really big for her. So I'm just really enjoying this, and the fact that we actually all get to talk every week is definitely a big plus. And so thank you for saying something. And again, thank you for saying about not relying on your upline. That's also, I don't know, it's one of the best things that can happen for someone in their business. And I'm glad that you brought that up, because sometimes I think, as upline to somebody, I want to get out of their way, but know at the right time when to do that. So I appreciate that you brought that up.
Sure thing.
Awesome. We'll look forward to seeing you more on the webinars.
Yep, and we'll see you at convention.
All right, sweet. All right, Crystal, what was the highlight for you?
I just have one other thing actually I wanted to add to what I was talking about, which was kind of an aha moment. They were talking about, as far as for the events, our company's convention last year had about 8,000 people, and the year before that it was about 8,000 people, and the year before that it was 8,000 people. And as much as USANA is growing, it's like, how come there aren't that many more people that keep coming? And that was just something that I think also got everybody really excited. It's like, yes, we've opened these new markets and there's all this growth and it's happening all around the world, but we're here. We have so many people here in the US that we can help. And, the Latino thing, it just opened, so that's here in our home turf. But they kind of challenged us to bring, at least maybe 6,000 of the people from just here in the US, because everybody's coming from around the world. And I mean, right now, you know, China's booming and that's great. And the company's still growing and we love that. But like, why can't we do that here? Like coming in full force. Like I'm so excited to bring, you know, 100 of our team members and actually like make some noise in the arena. I mean, when they, you know, they're, you know, yelling out, oh, you know, Mexico and Canada and all these other places, like they are there in full force with so much power. It's like, what we need to do the same thing. And I just can't wait to see our team making some noise and taking up a whole huge section of that energy solutions arena.
Well, thank you, Crystal. Thanks for that vision. And can you tell the team what's your plan for the Team DSI T-shirts at convention?
Oh, well, I'm still working on that. However, I don't know if we're just going to do T-shirts. We might have a little extra something else. So stay tuned.
Okay. When are we going to debut the first idea on the webinar? How many weeks?
Are we going to do it on? I don't know. Maybe.
How many weeks do you need? Next week? Okay. Next week. Be prepared. Crystal's going to have some type of idea or visual for you for the Team DSI T-shirt or apparel that will be used at convention. So watch for that. And thank you for saying that, Crystal.
Yes. So, yeah.
Crystal is definitely the visionary of the two of us, and she helps me tremendously. So I appreciate her. Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
Annabelle Trevino. You have to unmute yourself. What was the highlight for you tonight?
The highlight for me was really hearing new voices on here. The Tuttles, I appreciate hearing them because I hadn't heard them before. So I love that we get new people on here every day. Is it okay to mention what we talked about earlier, Jared?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, I was saving you for last for that reason.
Awesome. Okay, so I am completely in right now. I'm like Team DSI all the way. I'm going to hashtag Team DSI everything everywhere. I really, really want to focus on our team. And I know we're not all in San Antonio, but for those of us who are in San Antonio, I was talking to Jared about doing team, not mixers, but team events, team buildings, get the team all together. Let's do a barbecue. Let's do a workout. Let's do, a happy hour, whatever it is. Let's get the team together because I think if we build together as a team and show force as a team at the doctor's arena, at the convention, then it's going to make us so much stronger. And I don't care if you're my upline, my downline, my crossline, my no line, I don't care. This is our team, and we need to stand behind each other, and we need to rally together. The more we rally, the louder we'll be. And I think as a team, as Team DSI, we really, really need to be heard. San Antonio's got a lot of different teams that I didn't even know about, and we need to be the biggest and the loudest. And I really, really want to encourage everybody to get behind the team and let's do something. I'll put it out there on the Team DSI Facebook page and just reach out to me and let me know what y'all want to do. Do y'all want to do a picnic? Do y'all want to do CrossFit? What do you want to do?
I was thinking maybe Sunday, May 10th, maybe we could all get together and, oh, that's Mother's Day?
Yeah. That's Mother's Day.
Dang it. Okay. Maybe we can find out some weekend in May. We'll get in touch with our San Antonio peeps and we'll plan it out. But I haven't forgot. It's Mother's Day. I will not forget that. But thank you, Annabelle, for saying something. Thank you for being part of the leadership that brings that together for Team DSI. We really appreciate it. And I want to encourage you in the Utah market and other states as well to do your socials and have mixers to team build. And maybe we can do a barbecue or maybe we can do something, in the month of May. So contact Annabelle and we'll be putting something out through Annabelle very soon. Thank you, Annabelle.
You're welcome. One more thing real quick. I really, really appreciated hearing Crystal. Crystal was a good person to meet. I hadn't met her before, and I appreciate her being vocal on the webinar tonight as well. It's good to hear her right there with you, so that's awesome. Thank you, Crystal.
Well, she probably heard you because she's on mute right now. But thank you, Annabelle. It's awesome to hear both Crystals.
Yes.
The more crystals, the better. So, Awesome. All right. Thank you, Annabelle. So, Mom and Dad, is there anything else you all want to say before we close out the webinar for tonight?
Oh, I'm just so inspired and excited to go start just really hitting it hard. This event did it for me. I'm want to be held accountable. I'm going to do it, and I love you all.
Thank you, Mom. Dad, anything?
No, it's a great seminar, great webinar. We enjoyed, being here with a lot of the Las Vegas team, and look forward to seeing a lot more people at International Convention.
Thank you, Dad. That's right. My commitment is 100 people from our team. That means that each of you need to bring 10. And that's how we're going to get it done. So we'll be talking to you about all that, and we'll be focusing on our achievers this month. And that's it. So thank you, guys. I look forward to talking to you all this week and having a great week again. And we'll talk to you next Monday. Good night. Oh, we're going to unmute the lines, actually. Let's go ahead and everybody say good night and God bless. We're going to unmute all the lines. All right, you can unmute yourself now. Everyone say good night and God bless.
Good night.
Good night. God bless.
Good night and God bless.
God bless.
Good night and God bless.
Good night and God bless.
Good night. God bless.